The sky turned red at exactly 3:47 UTC. Every satellite above Earth picked up the same signal. A ship had entered the solar system. It wasn't human, and it wasn't friendly. In a quiet military command center under the Pacific Ocean, alarms began to ring. General Reese stood over the holographic map, staring at the red dot moving toward Earth. "It's them," he said. "After 20 years, the Empire is back." The Galactic Empire had not been seen near Earth since the last war. That war had left millions dead. Cities were destroyed. Oceans were poisoned. But somehow, humanity had survived Earth rebuilt. Earth got stronger, and Earth never forgot. The alien ship moved slowly, passing Neptune, then Uranus. It didn't answer. Any messages? It ignored all warnings. It just kept coming. In the skies above, Earth's new defense satellites came online. Hundreds of them armed, ready, watching DOT at United Nations Command in Geneva. World leaders gathered on a secure call. President Ala Monroe of the Terran Federation sat at the head of the table. She spoke clearly, calmly, but her voice held power. "We will not let them land. We will not let them speak." People around the world held their breath. Some watched the news. Others looked up at the stars. Everyone knew this was not just another visit. It felt final in a dark control room in Nairobi. "That's impossible," he whispered. The ship wasn't just here to talk. It was scanning Earth's defense network. It was looking for weaknesses. He quickly sent the data to military command. The message was clear. The Empire is not here in peace. 10 hours later, the alien ship reached orbit. It stopped above Earth. It still said nothing. And then it turned on a massive energy field. It was not a weapon, but a shield, a defense system Earth had never seen before. All Terran missiles locked onto the ship. Fighters launched from bases on Earth's surface and the Moon. Still, no attack came. Inside the ship, nothing moved. No signals, no contact, just silence. President Monroe stood before the cameras in Terran Command. Her face was calm, but the world could feel the tension in the air. "This is our home. As of this moment, all Empire vessels are forbidden to enter Terran space." She paused, then added, "Any violation will be treated as an act of war." In space, the alien ship began to glow. Its lights blinked red, then blue, then red again. Suddenly, a message was received. Just 3 words, no voice, no symbol. "You will regret." Silence followed. Then, without warning, the ship turned around. It began to move away from Earth. Slowly, quietly, the world watched, confused. Was that it? Was this a warning or a test? Back at the underground command center, General Reese looked at the screen. He shook his head. "They're not done," he said. That was just the beginning. Dr. Kareem called in again. He had decrypted more of the signal. He showed a strange map. "They've mapped all our colonies," he said, "not just for Earth, but for every Terran world. The next time they return, we will not speak. We will strike." Outside, people cheered. Some were afraid, but most were ready, because humanity had changed. This was not the weak species the Empire once knew. This was Earth, reborn. This was Terran Ultimatum. Earth had spoken. The Empire was banned. But now came the harder opportunity. After the Empire's ship left Earth's orbit with a quiet threat, humanity stood on the edge of something big. War, maybe, or something worse. President Ala Monroe knew one thing. If Earth was to survive, it must stand together at dawn under the Atlantic Ocean. The most secure facility on Earth came online. Project Bastion. Inside, leaders from every nation, colony, and outpost gathered. This was no ordinary meeting. This was the Terran High Council, formed only in times of crisis. General Reese, tall and quiet, stood before them with a serious face. The Empire scanned our defenses. They didn't attack because they weren't ready, but next time they will be. His voice echoed in the steel room. A long silence followed. Then came the debate. Some wanted peace. The ambassador from Europa Colony stood. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they were just observing. We should send a reply to talk. Others wanted revenge. The Martian representative slammed his hand on the table. "They burned our skies once, killed millions. You want to talk? What if they come next time with weapons?" That ship wasn't alone. Deep scan shows small hidden drones dropped into the asteroid belt. They're watching us. Enough. All fell silent. We need action. Not arguments. I call for a vote. She pressed a button. Lights dimmed. A holographic display appeared, showing two choices. 1. Allow the Empire limited entry. Attempt peace. 2. Ban all Galactic Empire ships. Declare Terran space permanently off-limits. Each leader placed their vote. The final result? Ban confirmed. 94% yes. The Council had spoken. It was now law. No Galactic Empire vessel may enter Terran space under any condition. Any attempt will be treated as an act of war. But just as the Council prepared to close session, an alarm rang. A soldier rushed in, pale and out of breath. We found something. Someone. They brought a figure into the room, tall, thin skin, like silver. Not human. An alien spy. Caught sneaking into Earth's secure communication network, his hands were bound in light cuffs, but he smiled calm and fearless. You think you can block the Empire? He hissed. You have no idea what's coming. 1. The stars will never forget. General Reese stepped forward. You tell your Empire, we are not afraid. Outside, the storm was coming. Inside, Earth had made its choice. No more fear, no more silence. The Terran flag now stood for something powerful. We protect our own. Earth had banned the Empire. The world stood united. But deep in the archives of Luna Base, something dangerous was discovered. A forgotten document, old, cracked, written in 2 languages, human and Imperial. Dr. Mara Lien, a historian from Luna Base, stood alone in the vault room. Her fingers trembled as she read the first line of the treaty. In peace, Earth shall remain open to the stars, she whispered. No, this can't be. It was the original Terran Imperial Treaty, signed 83 years ago, right after the First War. And according to this document, Earth had agreed to stay open. Back on Earth, President Monroe sat with her advisors. Dr. Lian's message played on the big screen. Madam President, the ban we just made, it might be illegal under the old treaty. Everyone stared at the screen in silence. General Reese frowned. We never agreed to this. Not truly. Flashback. In 2103, Earth had just survived the Empire's brutal invasion. Billions dead. Cities in ruins. The Empire offered peace, but only on their terms. Earth was weak. We had no choice. That's when the treaty was signed. Under pressure, under threat, some called it peace, others called it surrender. Now, decades later, they were using it. A new message arrived from the Galactic Empire. Cold, formal, powerful. Earth has violated the ancient peace. A treaty was signed. A law was broken. You will answer for this? The alien ambassador's face appeared on the screen. Tall, pale, eyes glowing red. Remove your ban. Reopen your space, or face judgment. The Council met again. Anger, fear, debate. But one voice silenced the room. Ambassador Raina Sol. From the Mars Republic, she stood. That treaty was not made in peace. It was made with a knife at our throat. We didn't sign it. We survived it. Murmurs of agreement. We won't be slaves to old threats. Earth is not theirs. Not anymore, President Monroe nodded. We stand by the ban. Let the Empire come, let them try. The Council stood and clapped, but one man did not. Commander Elias Trent, a high officer from Earth's outer colony, Vega Station. He sat silently, watching, waiting. Waiting later that night, alone in his quarters, he sent a secret message, encrypted. Hidden. The message reached the edge of Terran space to a small, silent probe, left behind by the Empire. He whispered for words. Earth is not united. Back on Earth, no one knew, no one saw. But far away, someone heard. And in the dark parts of space, ships began to move. Mars was silent. Too silent. At 2:03 Mars Standard Time. The communication link from Mars Station Alpha went dark for exactly 3 minutes. No warning, no alarm, just silence. Then it came back. The message from Mars was strange. All systems normal, no threat detected. But something in the voice transmission felt off, robotic. Cold. General Reese didn't trust it. He ordered a stealth ship to investigate the TSS Nightfall. a Black Ops scout ship launched from Luna Base with 6 crew members. It reached Mars orbit in less than 2 hours. The crew expected routine checks. Instead, they found something terrifying. Mars Station Alpha was intact, undamaged, but empty. No movement, no response, no heat signatures. Inside, the base lights were on, machines were running, food was still hot, but the 62 humans stationed there. Gone. Captain Sloan, leader of the Nightfall team, searched the base. In one room, he found something strange. A line drawn on the floor in blood, just 4 words written beside it. They walked through walls. Back on Earth, panic grew. Mars was Earth's most important colony. Losing it wasn't just a military risk, it was a symbol that President Monroe called an emergency session. The Empire is using shadows now, not ships, not armies. Something worse, Dr. Kareem presented a new theory. We found traces of phase energy tech we don't have. It lets objects move through matter. They could be inside our bases. Right now, everyone fell quiet. Was the war already happening? Earth just couldn't see it? At the same time, Commander Elias Trent, the traitor from Vega Station, received a reply to his secret message, a voice in his ear. The storm is coming. Back on Mars, the Nightfall team found one survivor, a young engineer, hiding in a fuel chamber. Her name was Tasha Reed. She was shaking, eyes wide, voice cracking. They weren't solid. They moved like ghosts. One touched a wall, and it melted. She cried, "We couldn't fight them. We couldn't even see them." The Nightfall team extracted Tasha and left, but as their ship pulled away, the base lights turned red, then blue, then red again, just like the last time. Before the first Empire ship left Earth, General Reese stared at the pattern. "It's not just an invasion," he said. "It's a countdown." At that moment, dozens of unknown ships appeared near the edge of the solar system. Small, black, silent, they didn't move. They didn't speak, but they watched. The silent armada had arrived. They came without sound, no engines, no warning, no message, just ... 50 ships, black as space, shaped like long knives, appeared at the edge of the solar system. They stopped and waited. Earth's satellites detected them instantly. The armada didn't move, didn't scan, didn't respond to any messages. It just sat beyond Pluto, watching Terran space like hunters watching prey. President Monroe stood before the Global Defense Council. "They want us to strike first," she said. "This is a test. They want to see if we'll panic." General Reese added, "If we fire, they have the excuse they need to invade." So Earth waited. But the tension grew. Across the solar system, Terran colonies locked down. Mars stations went underground. Orbital cities over Venus shut their lights. The moon moved its defense batteries to high alert. Still, the silent armada made no move. Then came something stranger. The Empire sent a message not to Earth, but to Jupiter, a direct signal, encrypted alien code. No human system could decode it, but Dr. Kareem managed to crack part of it. He read it aloud. Target, Leviathan. Cycle, terminate, time. 00072, confused, the council asked what it meant. "Dr. Kareem's face went pale. "They're going to attack something near Jupiter in 72 hours. But what? Jupiter had no major colony, just mining platforms, old research labs. Then someone remembered. Leviathan was a black site, a secret Terran weapons lab, shut down years ago, or so they thought. President Monroe demanded answers. General Reese hesitated, then told the truth. Leviathan was never shut down. It was hidden, deep in Jupiter's orbit. We've been building something there, something big." The council gasped. Earth had a secret weapon, a final line of defense, or something worse. Now, the Empire knew, and it was heading straight for it. A secret message came in from Leviathan Station. One line, voice shaking. "They've found us. We can't hold them." Then silence. A live feed from Jupiter's orbit blinked to life. On the screen, a bright light, a massive flash, and then nothing. One of Jupiter's moons, Alara, was gone, destroyed, not attacked, erased. Earth trembled, not just from fear, but from anger. President Monroe looked out the window of Terran Command. The stars were quiet, but she knew the silence wouldn't last. So be it, she whispered. Let them come. The silent armada had made its move. Next would be Earth. The sky over Jupiter turned white. Satellites caught the flash first. Then came the shockwave, silent in space, but massive. One of Jupiter's moons, Ilara, was gone. Turned to dust, no weapons were seen, no ships fired. But the damage was done. The Empire had sent a message. We can destroy you without touching you, in Terran command. Alarms echoed. The room fell silent as the live feed faded to black. General Reese clenched his fists. That wasn't an attack. That was a demonstration. President Monroe stood up slowly. They've crossed the line. Back at Leviathan Station, orbiting deep in Jupiter's gravity well, survivors sent their final report. They used something new, not energy, not matter, like a gravity knife. Then the signal cut out. Gone. That council met again. Some leaders wanted to evacuate the colonies. Others wanted to surrender Leviathan and beg for peace. But Monroe's voice cut through the noise. No, Earth has bled before, but this time we are not weak. She turned to Dr. Kareem. Activate the Terran Pulse. The Terran Pulse was Earth's hidden weapon, developed in secret over 30 years, not a laser. Not a missile dot, a wave. A controlled shock that could collapse any phase technology. The same kind the Empire was using to move through matter. The risk, it could damage human systems too. Satellites, power grids, even deep space colonies. But Monroe gave the order. Send the warning, then fire. An emergency message was broadcast to the solar system. To all human outposts, shut down phase drives. Brace for impact. To the Galactic Empire, leave now or be erased. The Armada did not reply. They didn't believe Earth could touch them, so Earth fired the Terran Pulse, a silent wave spread out from hidden emitters across Mars, the Moon, and Earth itself. Invisible, powerful, precise. It took just 9 seconds to reach the edge of the system. The result? 17 enemy ships went dark. 6 cracked apart in orbit. 1 the Empire's command. Vessel vanished completely. The rest of the fleet turned sharply. They weren't moving toward Earth now, they were running. But it wasn't over, because Earth's system caught something else, a signal sent from deep space. But originating inside Vega Station, the traitor had finally been found. Commander Elias Trent. He had fed the Empire Leviathan's location. He had helped them target Ilara. Now he was gone. Escaped. Dr. Kareem looked at the data and said one thing. He didn't just betray us, he gave them coordinates. For Earth itself, back in orbit, the few surviving Empire ships regrouped, smaller, damaged, but still dangerous. And now, angry. President Monroe stood before the Terran flag. They wanted to test us, now they know. She looked into the camera. One final time, we say this. Stay out or face extinction. The final battle was coming. Earth was ready, but so was the Empire. The sky above Earth turned dark, not from clouds, from ships. Empire vessels, damaged but still dangerous, were coming straight toward Earth. Fewer than before, but enough to destroy cities, maybe the planet. This wasn't a war anymore. This was vengeance. In orbit, Earth's new defense grid came online. Hundreds of satellites, railguns, ion shields, battle stations over the Moon, Mars, and even Earth itself. For the first time in history, every Terran colony stood as one. Inside Terran Command, President Monroe looked over the battle map behind her. Generals, scientists, diplomats, silent, waiting. For her to speak, she said only this. They thought we were afraid. Let's show them who we really are. The Empire fired first. Massive beams cut through space, aimed at Earth's defense satellites. But they were met with something unexpected. The Titan shields. Hidden under the surface of the Moon and Earth's oceans, these energy barriers absorbed the first wave. Then Earth fired back. Mars launched its railguns. The Moon unleashed a barrage of EMP rockets. Earth's space cannons targeted the Empire's last capital ship. The stars lit up with fire. Ships burned. Engines exploded. Metals screamed. But then one ship broke through a large stealth cruiser, heading straight for the planet. Too fast, too low, too late to stop. Inside that ship, Commander Elias Trent, The traitor. He had returned. With the device, a final weapon designed to shut down Earth's power grid from orbit, leave the planet helpless. But he didn't make it. A single Terran pilot intercepted him above the atmosphere. Rookie Lieutenant Sora Mileson, her first mission. She fired, hit his engines, and watched as his ship shattered into fire, falling into the sea. Humanity had stopped the traitor. Now only the last of the Empire's ships remained. President Monroe gave one last command. Send the pulse. Finish it. The Terran pulse fired a second time, more precise, more powerful. Every Empire ship still in range shut down. Some drifted into the sun, others vanished in silence. None remained for the first time in 83 years. The solar system was clean. Free. Earth did not cheer. Not right away. There were too many scars, too many dead. But there was one feeling stronger than fear now: pride. A week later, Monroe stood before the United Human Council. She spoke to every screen, every colony, every surviving human. We are not subjects, not a broken world, not a forgotten race. We are Terrans. We are home. A small metal plate was placed into orbit near the edge of the solar system. It read only, Terran. Space is closed. Do not return. The stars were quiet, but this time it was by choice.